Hello, everybody, beautiful people of the podcasting world. It's your boys, the two amigos.
Whoop, whoop.
We're back with an emergency episode because MJF of AEW has just dropped an absolute nuke of a pipe bomb promo
Yo,
on live
yo,
television, no less.
yo.
Hot mic. The mic was hot, Frankie.
So hot it got cut.
Oh my God. Tell
Shit.
me what your thoughts are, man. This
Whew.
this was this was insane.
Dude.
You
What?
messaged me about this and I was like, I gotta watch
Yeah.
this fucking promo. And then I watch it and I'm just like,
Oh,
oh my God.
oh, oh my. Dude, I was like, yo, I didn't even say you to watch it or like you gotta watch this. You just already knew you had to watch this because if I'm like freaking out, like, yo, like I'm not overhyping this shit. When I'm hype, I stay hype.
Oh,
Can't
yeah,
believe I
there's gonna
said
be a
that.
lot
But
of
yeah.
wrestling references in this episode.
Yeah. Also, we this is our first time that's not related to video game wrestling. This is like purely wrestling.
Oh, branching off,
I know
starting
this is
our
weird,
own wrestling
and
podcast.
we have to keep it short and sweet because
Yes.
this because it is breaking and it's developing, so we don't want to assume too
Yeah,
much. But
dude,
this is
MJF could be a free agent by tomorrow morning.
or
We have
by right
no
now for all I care. I think the show's done. I don't know. Like, dude, this shit was crazy. I was able to catch it right when he was like already he had the crowd in his hand. And I got in. We're like, oh, I'm like, what did he say? What did he say? Damn it! And he said WWE. He kept saying WWE. I'm like, dude,
the forbidden company. No,
right?
but has anyone directly said that name?
I think so.
I
I want to
remember
say
I
I feel like
remember
CM Punk.
CM Punk when CM Punk and MJF had their promo like a month ago.
I guess he would
CM
allude.
Punk got really like he
Yes,
referenced.
he just said the like names, just
Yeah,
wrestler
but
names.
he
So
did not say the name of the company.
yeah, I want to say maybe Cody at some point because I remember he said like Roman Reigns' name. And he took a dig at
I
him.
feel like both companies are very clear, seemingly, about you can reference people in those companies.
Yeah.
You can reference that the company exists, but you do not say the name. And MJF said the name.
Yeah. I wonder if he said Vince's name. I have to go back and watch.
Ooh.
I
So
don't know.
I just watched it like a few minutes ago. I'm like mind blown. I feel like the way I did when CM Punk had probably the most famous,
See, I was out of
maybe
wrestling by then.
maybe the most famous wrestling promo of all time. It's
Mhm.
certainly the one that everybody talks about still, and it's like
Yeah.
happened 10 years ago. This is I'm trying to think of like a promo I can remember that felt real because the CM
Yeah.
Punk promo was like pretty much real.
Yeah.
I think,
Frustration. Some
yeah, I mean, I
frustration.
think they had like told him ahead of time, like, yeah, you can say pretty much whatever you want, and then we're gonna do like a mic cut segment or at the end or
Mhm.
whatever. But I don't know if he knew when his mic was gonna get cut off, but like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he knew that was gonna happen.
Dude.
But they sent him out there and they were like, you can say whatever you want. Like we're
Yeah.
running this angle, like you're gonna leave the company, you're gonna win the title, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, man. I have no fucking idea what the plan for MJF is.
At this point, like I don't know either. I can't like what someone says, like someone said like they for sure now are convinced that this is a work. However, I didn't start off that way. It did not. I don't
Yeah,
think it ever did.
we talked about the fact that like, and then there's like a weird amount of either this is all on purpose and we are being worked super hard, or they have fallen into one of the greatest potential storylines because the guy who is currently the champion of their company is the same one that complained about everything MJF just went on a full rant about on their TV show. The guy that like CM Punk has become what he did the pipe bomb on.
Yeah.
And like this is dude, I don't know because when MJF like didn't show up for his meet and greet, which is super scummy. And like, but the thing is, like, I don't think he said anything wrong in the promo. Like, that's what makes a good heel, right? Like when they make a good point, you're like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
kind of right. Like he did sign super early on, like super loyal, and like, you know, he can be a main eventer. He can be a main eventer.
Yeah.
He carried that company for a long time. He was a pillar of AEW. And look, let's be real. Like Tony pulled this with Cody. When it came time to re-up the deal, he cheaped out and he was like, I don't think you're worth it. And I'd
Yeah.
rather have Bryan Danielson, and I'd rather have Malachi Black, and see, well, obviously CM Punk probably cost the most to get him to
Yeah,
come out of
and like
retirement.
Malachi Black probably didn't cost him too much either, just because
Yeah, but like Andrade, Adam Cole, you know, probably was didn't come cheap. But these are guys that have maybe, you know, debatably, some of them, they have passed MJF on the depth chart. They have passed him. He's not a main eventer in AEW. He's kind of been floating around this like mid card ish, and now he just put over the guy who used to be his security guard,
who's older and didn't have a name, but somehow AEW got him over.
They have found Batista 2.0. I don't know how they did it. I thought Batista was like a unicorn because he was just a really jacked guy who didn't really say anything and then turned into a super popular WWE wrestler.
Yeah, exactly.
And they did it with Wardlow. And
Yeah, you're right.
even with me, like when I first saw Wardlow, I was like, all right, he's just like the tall, jacked guy.
Generic, very generic, copy and paste.
Then after a while, you're like, damn, I'm kind of like all in on Wardlow.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man, put this guy in a title picture.
Yeah.
And so I could see MJF being frustrated. This promo, though, I think what's like throwing us off is like when the CM Punk thing happened, that had never happened before.
Right.
Like a promo like that felt so real. That had never happened, at least not in the time that we had been watching like WWE. And I remember like, and they went like so far out of their way to make it seem real. Like they had CM Punk at the Cubs game, like holding up the title. WWE created a new championship and put it on John Cena. Then they had Punk come back, and there were two like they went so far to make it feel real, and they did an amazing job. But now that it's happening again, it's like, is there a plan? Because MJF lost. Like you can't put him in and like it sucks because it's like, damn, now the match I want to see is MJF and CM Punk.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anyone else again. Like, and I love like Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole. Those would be dream matches. But like the money match is the match that I don't think you can book because it would be so poorly received by the people who are backstage. What do you do, Frankie?
I don't know what you do. I'm happy I'm not in charge. I don't know. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Like if I'm a wrestler, I'm not happy the way how MJF is handling this. Because like there's real heat. There is real heat. Yes. Obviously, being heat for those who don't know is just like bad. You have a bad rap right now. You're not really well liked. You got there's controversy. Like there's controversy around you right now. Yeah. So the heat is like, he isn't. They're not liking the way he's going about the business. If I'm a veteran of this, like if I'm like a Jeff Hardy, if I'm a Matt Hardy, like
Bryan Danielson,
like
Jon Moxley,
this isn't how. Yeah, even John. Like John's like never done anything like this in my opinion.
Moxley
and he's
wore
pretty
the gas mask, man. He did the stupid gas mask gimmick.
He just did
when WWE was going to kick him out the door. Like MJF is whining and complaining and kicking and screaming because he is not being booked the way he wants to be booked. And I think what's making this weirder, because Pac did a similar thing, except he stayed home.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't want to be here. Same thing with I can't remember. I think the Revival did it, or like there were like a couple other instances of people that just waited out their contracts. They were like, I don't want to be here, so I'm just not coming into work, and either you can fire me and I can go to the competition now.
That was Cody basically too. He waited at home and sat at home, and they like asked for my release, and they're like, all right, bet, peace out.
Yeah, or I'll just sit at home until my contract's up, but I'm not coming in. And he didn't do either of those. Like he did the walkout, and then he came back, and then he got jobbed out, like brutally jobbed out. Although it looked like Wardlow went a little easy on him with some of those power bombs.
A little bit.
Because you know they're boys. I get it. But now and then it was like they did a whole stretcher angle. It was like, you may never see MJF for a very long time. They were saying he's not gonna be on TV for months, and then he shows up 3 days later.
Yep.
And cuts a epic,
scathing
epic, bro, scathing.
Yeah. S-bombs, F-bombs,
bro,
everything.
And like, we are freaking out because we have no idea
what they're gonna do.
Where do you even go?
I don't know. You either you give him a raise, a partial raise, and make him sit at home.
Capitalize. Do you capitalize on this?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a situation because they're like people are behind them in a way, and they were chanting his name apparently after they cut the feed and cut the commercial.
Yeah.
But he's a heel. He is not likable. He's not supposed to be likable.
No.
He's not I don't think he'll ever be a face. He should never be a face.
The one thing about heels, you are not supposed to feel sympathy.
Yeah.
Ever, especially someone like MJF who's in character like 99% of the time.
Yeah.
The fact that people are like, yeah, even myself, I'm like, yeah, I get he's kind of been like getting like jobbed out a little bit on TV and like
not
he's
entirely,
watched, now his literally his best friend left and went jumped ship, went back. And do you think he's leaving?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I want to know how this ends.
I do too. I want to, because at this point, I think as soon as I kept refreshing to see like what people are saying. Sean, how do you say his name? Sean
Ross Sapp.
Sean Ross Sapp. I was thinking SRS and I should have just said SRS. But Sean Ross Sapp said that he's more convinced than ever that this is a work. Like that was a work. The whole pipe bomb is a work. It has to be a work because they were bleeping it at one point. Yeah, they kept there was just dead noise coming out.
Yeah.
So they gave me the illusion that maybe that this wasn't planned, but they announced it too. Like hours before the show, like he was supposed to come out and do this. It wasn't like he hijacked the show.
No,
if he did hijack the show. And Tony, I feel like Tony would have just cut it. Like, no, I'm not letting him talk. Like, and especially what he did over the weekend.
Because WWE did not do that when they had, I forget who it was, like John Cena versus like Sheamus or something in like a tables match, and then CM Punk came out at the end, so everybody was like, "What the fuck is happening?" But they clearly announced MJF because they wanted to pop a rating, which
what is he gonna say? Wouldn't they?
Yeah, I don't know if you even have to do that. It's the show after a pay-per-view. Like people are usually pretty interested, but
yeah,
I do not envy the people in the back who have to figure out what are we doing.
Yeah, I don't know either. Because like you said, like what do you do from here other than me? The only thing you do is you give him the money, make him happy, and let him either stick around. But the thing is, I think the way they want to work this out is to add more years to his contract and give him the money.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want that, I don't think. I
think
he just wants more money, and then I'm out.
This is going to show, dude, I really don't know what you do, because if you CM Punk right now, after he beat Adam Page, spoilers, he does not have, at least on AEW right now, not including Forbidden Door, which I'm looking at as like a one-off, not
recurring.
Canon.
Yeah.
Not canon.
Okay.
He does not have an immediate challenger. The people in line would be Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, even though his tag team lost, I think. And Wardlow. This is really unfortunate because those are not the correct matches.
Yeah, no.
The correct match is one that would require you to essentially reward someone who pulled a total jackass stunt of not showing up and then, basically threatening to not be at the pay-per-view, screw his friend out of a huge moment because he basically didn't want to put him over. Then he ends up doing the right thing by putting him over. Then he says he doesn't want to be on TV. He's going to sit at home. Then he comes back to be on TV. but he lost the pay-per-view match. So you
I don't know.
can't put him in a title match after
You
this.
can't. You can't.
He got. No, he didn't just lose. He got like complete burial.
Yeah.
This was like WWE style. Get
On
the
the
fuck
way
out
out
of our company. We
Yeah.
don't want you here. We're gonna ruin you so that you look as bad as possible on the way out.
Yeah.
But then they put him on TV 3 days later.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like the only thing I can think of is like if he had names. I don't. Did he? I missed the first part of the promo. Did he name drop anybody? Like was he saying names? Like
No, he did say WWE several times.
that's about it.
Like
Okay.
ex
I don't know.
WWE this.
So
I
maybe
might
like
go
you
to
know
WWE.
apparently like Christian is making more money than him. That was a
yes,
report.
Mark Henry as well, who doesn't even wrestle.
Yeah, Big Show. So like get like Christian who's doing nothing. Like
literally nothing.
To like you know, hey, I hear you have beef. Like and turn it into like kind of like a shoot. You know, like have him smack him, like cut the feed to like the backstage, and it's Christian like wailing on him.
But
and
do
then,
you want to see that? Do you want to see MJ? Like, it's really hard for me to not. There's such an obvious match that I want to see.
There is, but like I feel like you have to build to that. You like you said, you can't just give it to him. You can't.
No.
Can you reward him for his efforts of like campaigning to get more money? If you're the boss, no. If you're the fans, the obvious answer is probably yes. But to diehards or maybe even like the people who do follow this religiously and like I do like follow this a lot. I watch Wrestle Talk and Cultaholic, but like the people that go to the shows, that go to the indie shows, that do this, and you're looking at this, like some of them are just not gonna like the way he went about this, and nor do I. I don't like the way he went about this, but also like it's good money, it's good rating.
That's
this is the hottest story in wrestling. Fuck what WWE's doing right now. MJF has stolen everything.
This is my question. For a very long time after that pipe bomb promo, and then after CM Punk took his ball and went home and didn't want to wrestle anymore, for years, and I thought it was going to be Aleister Black when he was in WWE. I thought when you took me to TakeOver and I saw his entrance, I was like, this is the next CM Punk. For years, the industry has been looking, because Ollie Davis mentioned this, but like CM Punk has never been the best in the world. That is a gimmick that he put on a t-shirt, and it's a good gimmick, but he has never been the best wrestler in the world. He's certainly not the best wrestler in AEW. That is absolutely for sure. I don't even know if he's like top 10, to be completely honest. Yeah. But he's got the biggest name. He's got the biggest name in the company.
And he still can cut a great promo. I'll give him that.
Is this a chance? Has AEW accidentally stumbled onto the next CM Punk?
Damn, that's we're gonna put this up tonight, and hopefully we get the views and the listens, and I hope they come after you for saying such blasphemous words.
Like,
okay, I get it.
But when CM Punk went out and had that pipe bomb, everything he said made sense. Everything MJF is saying right now, because this story has gone so off the rails at this point that you almost have to remove like heel, face, all that stuff from it, because people are just going to make up their own mind on whether or not they like him right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of what people did with CM Punk. There were a lot of people in WWE who didn't like CM Punk backstage. He had a ton of heat because he said things and did things.
This is true. Holy shit. That's true. That's fine.
There's a lot of people who don't like MJF because of what happened. But
he's batting for himself. He's looking out for himself. It's a business that you look out for yourself sometimes.
Right. Like right now, there is only one person I can think of that he reminds me of a lot. And it is the AEW champion CM Punk. It feels like they've fallen into it.
Yeah.
In like don't get me wrong, the most awkward way possible.
Yeah.
This would be a total train wreck. Like Tony would have to pull people aside, like have a talk with Brian, have a talk with Mox, be like, I know I'm going to seem like a huge asshole, but like, I have to put this guy in the main event. He's so fucking hot right now. Like everybody wants this match. Like,
I don't know.
I do not envy them. This is a tough spot. If this happened in WWE, do you think he'd be on TV, or do you think he'd be sitting at home?
I think he'd be sitting at home.
Yeah, me too. He'd
be sitting at home, and let's face it, like they would be hypocrites if if WWE was like, yeah, come over, we don't care we don't care about your attitude.
I
Meanwhile, you
know.
have kind of the same scenario that's going on with
Yeah,
Naomi
thanks to Naomi.
which is another story in itself, which
For
has
real.
completely been like thrown under the bus now because of this.
Right. Yeah.
Swept under the rug, I guess is a better word. But like, you're talking about bad attitudes. Like, why would you want to bring this guy on? Because of the way he's like, you had like one of the biggest cases of some of the biggest stories because of money
Yeah.
and wrestlers and not agreeing to terms are literally what created the NWO
Yeah.
and the fallout between Warrior and Vince McMahon. So
Yeah, I do. I guess the thing, I mean, look, we should mention MJF is not a free agent for 2 more years.
yeah.
So he is either going to get fired, which I don't think is going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
or he's going to sit at home for the next 18 months, or he's going to be on TV. It's going to be one of those three. I think if he was a free agent, I think WWE would bring him in right now
Yeah,
because they
absolutely.
are obsessed with this AEW war now, and they would look at Vince and Cody. I have no doubt that they would both be like, "Oh no, we can fix him. No, if he comes here, he won't do that."
Yeah.
Like, and I will say this: Tony Khan has made a pretty big point about AEWs for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
If the fans want one specific match, they do not want Wardlow versus CM Punk. It's not that I would complain about Adam Cole versus CM
Mm-hmm.
Punk or Bryan Danielson. It's just that that's not the match I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy too is like this is the only guy I want to see MJF face.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him face insert literally anyone else. I don't care. Like he needs to fight CM Punk. Also, because CM Punk buried him in the dog collar match. The story is just dude, I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
Can't do that though. Oh, it's so tricky.
But it's getting pretty late, and I think we have to just kind of let things flow and
Yeah,
see
we'll
what
see
happens.
what
We'll
happens.
probably do an update if something happens.
For sure. Also, everybody go out and this promo is currently all over YouTube. Go watch it before they
I'm
take
gonna
it
watch it
down.
again. Yeah, word.
I don't know if AEW is going to upload this specific part of the show on their YouTube channel. If they do, then we might have an answer on how much of a work this is.
For sure.
If they
Absolutely.
don't, then we might be like, I don't know. They might actually be pretty mad. But yeah, go check this out because this promo is the stuff of a legend. It is so good.
It is good.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much everything we got. You got any closing comments? You good? Ready to go to bed?
Ready to go to bed and thinking about this wacky week that we have ahead of us because this is gonna be crazy.
Craziness, man. Craziness.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. A little bit different. Frankie and I do like wrestling. So once in a while, when something crazy in the wrestling world happens, we might want to hop on here and talk about it. This is one of the most insane wrestling stories in a very long time, completely overshadowing the fact that CM Punk finally won a world title for the first time in like 10 years.
That's
Yeah,
true.
thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Three Amigos podcast. Only two of us, which means no air horns this episode. But as
Yeah.
always, we thank you guys, and we will talk to you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.